wonders of all nations. And in that book, he describes the Great Pyramids having a brown ocean stain halfway up the monuments. But somebody since he recorded that has removed all those casing stones. But what they couldn't remove was in the 1760s and 1770s, Englishman Frederick Norton Lewis traveled to Egypt and he studied the Great Pyramids when they were still half buried in sand. And the Sphinx, he drew it, it's up to its neck.
Yeah.
He drew it all. And then he also documented that the entire Giza Plateau is covered in seashells and fossils of marine life. So all this has been swept under the rug and hidden by Egyptologists. They act like Napoleon didn't dig all these pyramids out.
Yeah, that how Wace, he's not actually, he made a statement, he's not actually happy with me apparently.
Hollis can't stand my guts. So
it's like I proposed like the pyramids may have been Noah's Arks because of their basically their beaver dam technology. You know, they could withstand a wave hitting it.
Well, an ark is a container of knowledge, and in the Akkadian tablets, cuneiform tablets, we have a story that Napishtim was specifically told, or Atrahasis was specifically told, to build a city and a monument and to conceal the libraries of the pre-flood world in a container so they would be preserved through the flood. And then after the flood, go back to that location and get them out so you can start your libraries after the flood. He's describing an ark. An ark is anything that is It's a theory. It's a theory, and I'm not for or against it. But what's interesting to me is that whoever left the Dead Sea Scrolls, the scholar Akaria S., who wrote some really profound material about the biblical, the Old Testament and the New Testament, she had done her research on the Dead Sea Scrolls and determined that the culture who left those records were waiting on an apocalypse event that involved the Phoenix cycle. She published this. I cite her, but and she mentions the Phoenix a lot too. And she believed it was something that happened over 500 years had passed before a Phoenix cycle, and then because it was that period of time, people often forgot it. But yeah, it's Akaria S is her name, and she has some really good writings about this Dead Sea Scrolls as well, and how they relate to cataclysm. They were a doomsday cult.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I read the book like within.
Well, I've got all of them, and I cited them in my book as well because Elijah Rips created the skip code.
Mm-hmm.
They literally averted the assassination of Rabin.
By Rabin,
by one.
Okay. I'm gonna put this in perspective about Michael Drosnin's research, all right?
Yeah, sure. Please.
Okay. We're dealing with ancient Hebrew Masoretic texts where the individual characters carry numerical values. Now, we're also dealing with a fanatical scribal tradition of absolute preservation of older texts into the newer text. You know that they counted the bottom of the scroll counts had to be counted. Now, this is also the same culture that promotes all the Talmudic writings, the Midrashic text. This is the same culture. You know, it's got some really effed up stuff in the Talmud.
Yeah, I guess really gnarly.
Now, this is why a lot of people are turned off on my own channel. Just because I expose this one dark aspect of the Hebrew culture doesn't mean all Jewish people are evil at all. But there is an element to their culture that is
we are all aware of some of their strict
very nefarious activity. Yes, very nefarious activity recorded by the Romans and recorded by the French.
And banned from every single country in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. These are things I'll be discussing on archaics.tv. I'm not going to talk about it on YouTube.
No, that's not.
But they can choose a method that allows them to see the cracks in the holosphere. It doesn't matter if it's astrology. It doesn't matter if it's gematria. It doesn't matter if it's these Bible codes. It doesn't matter if it's they invent their own occult system of interpreting reality, because many people have. It doesn't matter how their method entails, because if they're spiritual, then they're by intuition, and intuition is going to reveal to them the right information, whether the method is incorrect or not. It doesn't even matter. So what Michael Drosnin has found using computer software is very real to me because, like I said, if something is true, it's going to be seen from multiple different mathematical vantage points. So if things are already codified to happen in the overall construct, that doesn't mean that they're codified to happen in the individual. And this is another message on my channel. We're living in two separate, distinct realities at the same time.
Yeah, it would show them.
One of them is highly specific to you. It's your reality tunnel. Your own personal reality tunnel is not governed by the collective, but it can be depending upon how you react with your environment and the information you get. Or you can be a highly individualized immortal soul, and you can begin observing reality objectively, and then reality will start playing a game with you. It will start showing you what's real as opposed to what's not. But it doesn't mean you will have the ability to show other people how fake and artificial everything is, because this is an observer-dependent construct. And you can learn things standing right next to somebody who is absolutely blind and not vibrating on the same frequency you are. So Michael Drosnin's discoveries actually show me that there are multiple layers to this holography, and it's just like a Mandelbrot set. The more you look at the code, the more of the code reveals to be repetitive, patterned, and yet still changing slightly in its nuances, which means we can translate that to applications, which means in the collective, you can follow all the narratives and they'll still be fed to you. But if you want to change your perspective in a Mandelbrot set, you'll see a whole new reality unfold that other people can't see. You'll see something else.
So fractal nature of the realm.
Yeah, it's the nature of the spirit. We're really creating our own realities in the individual. It's only in the collective that everything is fixed. Prophecy is fixed. Events are fixed. Major events in world history, they're fixed. This is a program that we are immortal souls passing through it. And your level of life is dependent upon how much you have an exchange of information with the oversoul. When you finally give up trying to save the world and you start trying to enjoy it.
Well put. I couldn't have put that better like that.
It's a common message on my channel. I'm always reminding my listeners that because a lot of people they've developed psychosis. They've gone into great acute depression. They have transferred that depression to their children and their family because they have this innate desire as a spiritual being to save the world. But you're not here to do that. This is a construct, and you are designed to pass through it.
Sure.
You can wake up people in your immediate environment, but the construct itself will go to war with you if you try to save the construct from itself. This is a program, and you can't fight the program. You will always lose. What you can do is live by example. If you want other people to see and experience the things you enjoy, then you have to be that beacon. Can't tell people, you have to show them. That's another tenet of my channel. I'm not trying to tell people stuff. I'm always showing and demonstrating. Because this is how you reach other souls. Souls do not react to preaching. They do not react. They don't react to verbiage, period. They react to frequency.
In frequency and emotion and, as you said, intuition, which is my greatest gift in this place, I think.
Yeah, intuition is a predecessor of knowledge. It will always lead you right.
Yes, honestly. You need the right amount of intellect to balance it, so you can get it right, or try to.
I agree.
Yeah, but I think it could be a fabulous life for everybody. You know, they could just drop off position, work. But it's the system, isn't it? You know, when you break away from that, though, you definitely don't need any of that. Not anymore. You know, just to be. I'm just happy just to be grateful to be alive in this time. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. The information that comes through is truly groundbreaking, truly mind-blowing, and gives me shivers. All of it. It really does.